So I think the recording has started. So welcome to week 4 of this course on programming with Python. We will discuss some programming assignments and some questions related to the week 4 content. So we have seen a couple of lectures in this week. Specifically, we have seen tuples and dictionaries. So many questions are related to tuples and dictionaries. So before we get started, if you have any questions, any doubts, you can ask me. It could be related to what we have seen so far in this course. Okay, so if you have no questions, then we can right away get started with today's agenda. So this is question number 1. This is a programming assignment, and this was offered last year. So we will solve this today. So I'll let you read the question for a minute. So consider this example. So consider this list. This list is the input to a function called frequency. Okay. So frequency takes as input a list of integers. And what does it return? It returns a pair of the form min frequency list, comma max frequency list. Okay. So what is frequency? So frequency of a number is the number of times it has appeared in the list. For example, 13 has appeared how many times?
Or 4 times.
Yes. So the frequency of 13 is 4. Frequency of 12 is 2. 11 has appeared twice. 14 has appeared twice. 7 has appeared only once. So we can see that in this list, the most frequently appearing number is 13, which has appeared 4 times. And the least frequently appearing number is 7, which has appeared only once. So we want to identify these two lists. Okay. The number which has appeared the most and the number which has appeared the least. That's what we want to print. But remember that there could be multiple numbers having the minimum frequency or multiple numbers having the maximum frequency. For example, if you give the input this number, then the output is this. That means 13 and 14 has appeared maximum number of times, whereas 7 has appeared minimum number of times. All right. Additionally, you have to ensure that this min frequency list is a list of numbers with minimum frequency in L sorted in ascending order. Similarly, max frequency list is a list of numbers with maximum frequency in L sorted in ascending order. So you should be able to print 13 comma 14 instead of printing 14 comma 13. So that is also important for correctness. So you can verify that if the input is this list, then 7, 11 and 12 consists of, or rather constitutes the mean frequency list, and 13 and 14 constitutes the maximum frequency list. So is the question clear what we need to do?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So today we will use another online platform. So this is called on one compiler. So you go to this, you can go to this onecompiler.com, and there you can choose Python. So then you will be able to see on the left hand side there is an editor, and on the right hand side there is this terminal. So I'll make it large. So I think this is more convenient. We get more space here and we are also able to scroll. That is good. So you're able to see this one compiler screen. Somebody please confirm.
Yes, sir, it is
Yes,
visible.
sir.
Okay. So here you already get this main.py file. We can add new files, but let us start with this main.py. We'll call it week 4 question 1. Okay. So what do we have to do? We have to define a function called frequency, and this function should take a list L, and it should be able to return two lists. So I will write it here. So should be able to return two lists. What are the lists? Let us look at the question again. Mean frequency list and the max frequency list. We should be able to return this. Okay. So all right, this is the function. So we will take a sample input. So let us take a sample input, my list. Let us take this one. This one is large. And we are going to pass this list to this function. And that's it. And if we want to see what it is returning, we should be able to print it. Okay. So now we will design this function. Okay. So how shall we proceed? So this is our input. So in this case, what is the expected output? We will also write that. The expected output is this. We should be able to print 7, 11, 12 in the first list. So 7 has appeared only once, or rather 7 has appeared twice. 11 also has appeared 2 times, and 12 also has appeared 2 times. Okay. How many times 13 has appeared? 1, 2, 3, 4. 14 also appeared 4 times. Okay. So how we should process this my list? That is the question.
Sir, we should create um, minimum frequency list as a empty list first and the maximum frequency list as an empty list.
Right.
Then we have to use loops, sir. In that loops, we have to scan and we have to keep a separate variable for counting the
Mhm.
elements.
Okay. So
Then we
fine.
can compare the occurrence
Yes.
based on the countings.
Okay.
Sir, another technique is that we can use dictionaries, frequency as the key and element as the value.
Okay.
So that way we can do it, sir. Like um, if a particular element, say for example, 7 appears 14 times. So 7 appears, 3 times, sorry, 3 times. So 3 is the key and 7 is that it has to go to the value part. Same way, 11 appears again 3 times. So it has to go inside the this one itself, the value part.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
thus that way, if we do, extracting become easy, sir. From
Yes. So Rama has a nice idea about using dictionaries. So this is a dictionary. So this is how we initialize a dictionary using curly braces. And of course, you know that this is how we initialize a list. This is an empty list. Okay. So what Rama has suggested is that you take a dictionary and you don't really know that how big these numbers are. So for example, in this case, we see that the numbers are at most 14, but in a list, number could be large. There could be a very large number like this. Quite large number could exist. Okay. But if we use a list, then the how many elements will be there in the list is something which is not known beforehand. So it will be difficult to do indexing. But with dictionary, we can do indexing on any mutable value. Sorry, uh, immutable value, right? So we have seen a dictionary in this week. So we have seen that what Rama is suggesting, I will just write down here. So he's saying that, okay, do one thing. You have defined this count dictionary. So count of how to access a dictionary. Will this work? Okay, let's do this. Count of, say, let us say 7 has appeared how many times? 7 has appeared in this list 2 times. Count of 7 should be 2. So we are going to uh, keep the frequency of 7 in count of 7. Similarly, count of let us say 13, how many times 13 has appeared? So 1 2 3 4 times, should be 4, and so on. Then what we will be able to achieve is that we will be able to quickly extract that what is the most frequent and what is the least frequent number in this list, right? That is the suggestion, right?
sir, actually you are saying reverse. Count of 2 means the numbers that are appearing 2 times.
Oh, so you want to say that uh,
Count of
we'll keep
2, the numbers 7 here, and of course 11 also comes in under the same thing, and another number, I think 13, no, 12, correct. So yeah, correct, sir.
so you want to do something like this.
Like this. Now in between I may get various numbers.
Mhm.
So for
Okay.
example, so uh, 7, okay, yeah, some numbers may appear one time.
Mhm.
Some numbers may appear, sorry, some numbers may appear 3 times. So
Mhm.
count of 3 is equal to that number. So this
Okay.
way, if we do, so our
Mhm.
output is ready, sir. We are ready with the
Okay.
output.
This is also good idea.
So
We
Rama,
Okay.
you are saying that
are
count of 2 is going to be the key of the dictionary, and the numbers will be going to be the value of that count
correct,
2.
Correct, sir.
So we are going to use this in a loop format so that count 2 and count 3 will be in iterative form. Am I
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
13 goes to count of 1. Next 12 also goes to count of 1. Let us start from the first number. 13 goes to count 1. 12 goes to count 2. Count 1. 11 also goes to count 1. 13 now 2 times 13 is appearing. So it goes to 13 has to goes to count 2. And 14
Okay.
14 is appearing for the first time, count 1. It has to go to count 1 bucket. Next 13 is appearing 3 times now, so count of 3 it has to go. So it is just like that. And 7 it is appearing for the first time, count of 1 it has to go. As it appears more and more, it has to go to different buckets.
Mhm.
In that way, dictionary if we do, I think that our problem we can easily solve, sir.
Okay.
No, that's
It
my
is,
idea.
yes, it's a good idea only. We'll try to see whether this is easy enough. So what happens is when we scan the array, if we scan the array, okay, I will try to do it. We will see how it goes. So we'll say for I in length of the list.
Directly list we can give, no, sir. L directly.
We can do that, but let's do it this way with the indexes. Okay. For I in length of L, I want to check this number is appearing, means we are going to scan the list, but let's do it. So if the number has appeared for the first time, we are going to send it to the count of 1. So that we have to check. So how we will check is
Sir,
so
if the number, sir, that's why for I in L, directly you can take, sir.
okay, let's do
For
it.
number in L, okay. So if number is present in the dictionary,
Mhm.
then it has to go through how many times it has appeared. If it is appearing for the first time, so you have to put it to the first bucket.
Okay, so we'll say if number in this
Dictionary
dictionary, one of
count.
the values.
Uh,
Okay, so this count dot values means all the possible values in this dictionary. So right now
Correct.
it is empty.
Uh,
Right now this is
that may
empty.
not
So
be there. That may not be there. So it has to go and sit in count of 1.
I would say if the number is there, that means we have to change the count. If the number is not there, so okay, this I will write later. So this is like the number. Okay, num has already appeared. This is that case. The other case is the number is appearing for the first time. Then I'm going to say that count of 1
1 is equal to is equal to
we have to append to the count of 1. So I'll say that count of 1 dot append
correct, sir.
this number.
Append num.
Okay. If the number has appeared already, then we have to check what is the frequency it has already happened, right?
And we have to
Okay.
remove that number and we have to push it to the next frequency.
Yeah, that's a bit tricky. Removing is a bit tricky. You have to
No, sir.
remove you.
Dot remove. Dot remove.
So 13. When we are scanning this list for 13, line 7 gets executed. So count of 1 becomes 13.
Correct, sir. Correct.
and then we get 12. So count of 1 gets updated, we get 12.
12.
Then we have
11
11,
also.
so we have 11. Then we get 13. Then what shall we do? That is the question. So we should
Ah,
ideally have
13.
count
Hmm.
of 2 should become 13,
And
and
here
count of
13 should go. Here, count of 1, 13 should go.
yes. So these two things we have to achieve.
Correct, sir.
Removing
Correct,
13. So that's what we have to write here.
correct, sir.
So we will, one thing is easy. So we will say that count of, so
Sir, can we use sort function to make the list to be arranged in an ascending order?
that is also another way. But we are on, we are, so yeah, that is another thing, that you sort and then you keep counting. But then you have to do two passes, one loop for sorting and the other loop for counting the frequencies. But then you have to again do this uh, identifying what is the most frequent and what is the least frequent, that we have to do anyway.
Sir, I think that we have to individually create a loop for counting the variables and individually create a loop for appending the values to the key in the dictionary. It will be easy to understand, I think so. That's my point of view.
Okay, let us try to implement what Rama has suggested. Means I have some other solution in my mind, so I am not pushing it to you. We are just seeing there are many different solutions. I think the objective is to get the correct solution and try to do it as fast as possible and as simply as possible. But let us first try out the suggestion that Rama has. All right. So now we have to achieve this, that count of 2. So ideally we would like, we what we want to make is count of 2 is 13. This is what we want to do, but we want to do it programmatically. So what is the frequency of 13? What is the frequency of num? How do we get that? Hmm.
Mm, getting the value from the getting the key from the value.
Yeah, so you want to know that what is the frequency of number, and we will add 1 to that,
Correct. That
and we will
key
set it
value,
to,
key we have to get from the value.
but the values are in the form of a list.
No, sir. Num is the value, no, sir. Where does num appear?
Yeah, so at some point, for example, when we are here, so count of 2 will probably be uh, multiple numbers would be there in count of 2, right? For example, 13 is there,
No, we want the key, no, sir.
11 is also there. Yeah, just so for example, let us so look at this line number 14. I tell you that count of 2 is 11 and 13. From this information, how do you know that the value corresponding to the key corresponding to 13 is 2?
Is there any searching mechanism built in?
Yeah, that
Uh,
is more work. For example, if the list is very large, for example, there are many numbers which
mm,
has appeared 2 times, then we will be in trouble. Then we have to tell that, okay, for example, 17, it appears the third time, then we have to know that, okay, 17 has already appeared 2 times. So from this data, from this dictionary, it is difficult to tell that 17 has appeared 2 times.
mm, correct. But is there any uh, technique to get the key of a value? Because value is num, we already know, sir.
No,
But
the value is a list.
no, no,
If
this num
in
is
this
a value.
case,
Num is a value. Now, the num's key we want to extract.
no, 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 that is not, see, this is a dictionary. So what is the count? So the count dictionary, if you look at the count dictionary, it will look like this.
Correct,
The
sir.
way
Correct,
the
correct.
way you have defined. So it is a list of,
One comma. Sir, no, no, no. Correct.
so many stuff will be here, right?
No, no, no. Dictionary, sir. One colon. Uh, one colon.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, so for example, one colon
One
this
colon.
thing, two colon this thing, and three colon this thing.
Three
So many
colon.
things will be there, right? So these
Hmm.
lists could be large, and the keys are 1, 2, 3 is the frequency. The keys are the frequency, that is fine.
Hmm.
But the values are lists.
Correct. That values, key value, key we have to get it. Where does that value appear?
So that requires scanning the individual lists. For example, if this list, that means the list corresponding to frequency 2, is many numbers, then finding that particular this thing will require me to do scanning in this list, and this will become messy.
Sir,
Hmm.
I think we have to create a separate list for each frequency separately outside of this dictionary by using a for loop, so that we can create n number of frequencies based on the list. So then we can append each element based on the frequencies to the list, and then we can append that whole list to the key of the dictionary at last.
Okay.
So at last we can find that which is the highest frequency and the lowest frequency from that
Mhm.
dictionary.
Yeah, so that is a fair idea, but I think all of us understand the issue that we have stumbled upon if we implement the dictionary this way, where count of a key is a list. That means the key is the frequency and the list is uh, the set of numbers with that frequency. Then updating the dictionary itself is messy. All right, so we will for now uh, move to a different idea. So we have to use this list, sorry, is this dictionary. So line 2 is going to be there. And of course, we want to find these two lists corresponding to the minimum frequency numbers and the maximum frequency numbers. So line 9 and 10 will also be there. Okay. So I am removing the remaining things. Okay. So now what I suggest is the following, that instead of thinking of this list, this dictionary in this way, we will think of the dictionary in slightly differently. We will say that this count dictionary is something like this. So for every number, we will count its frequency. For example, 13 has appeared 4 times. So I will say that for the key 13, the frequency is 4. So this is one entry in the dictionary. For the key 12, it has appeared 2 times. So 12 will have value 2, and so on. Okay. So let me just write it down. So 11 has appeared twice. 11 has appeared twice. 14 has appeared 4 times. 7 is twice. And 11 is already done. 13 is done. 14, 12 is also done. 12 is okay. We have no more numbers, right? So this is the dictionary. So we will attempt to perform a set of operations so that we can construct this dictionary. The keys are corresponding to the distinct numbers in the input list, and the values are corresponding to the frequencies of the distinct numbers. That is the first step we will do. And after that, we will find out that what is the most frequent and what is the least frequent number. Multiple numbers could be most frequent, multiple numbers could be least frequent. So this is the plan. All right.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
for frequency, we should take two for loops, I and j. We should fix the I to a first element and we should move the j. And if a of I equal to a of j, we should increase the count. And in dictionary, we should take key as the element and frequency as the value, and we should count list the total, and after that we can arrange, no sir, in a more frequency and high frequency.
Yes, yes. So whatever you suggested, I'm doing the same thing. No, this is the dictionary. Whatever you have suggested, the keys are the distinct numbers and the frequencies are the corresponding values. This is what you are suggesting,
Okay
Venkat.
sir, got.
Yeah. So what earlier Rama has suggested, we have discarded that idea because of it the messiness. Maybe somebody can implement it. I do not know, but it seems to be a bit cumbersome. So we have decided to have a different plan. So this is the plan. We want to create a dictionary like this, and on top of this dictionary, we will do further processing to get the minimum frequency list and the maximum frequency list. All right. Okay, so first target is to construct this dictionary. So that's what I'm going to do now. So for num in L, so I look at, so I will write it. So scan each element in the input list. So what is the objective? I want to count that every distinct element has appeared how many times. Okay, so I want to first check whether it has appeared or not. So I will first check that if num has already appeared. So if num is already in the keys, then I know. So what does this do? So line force is checking whether the number that we are currently scanning has already appeared. If num has already appeared in the input list, okay, then what I will do, I will increase its count. So what I will do is count of num will get incremented by 1. So I will do
Plus
this.
1, friends. Plus 1 you can directly write. Equal to plus 1. Plus is equal to 1.
Yeah, that also you can do.
Yes, sir.
So otherwise what we will do, otherwise it has appeared for the first time. Otherwise we have to set it. So we'll set it. So we'll initialize, we'll say count of num is 1. Okay. So this is after this for loop, we expect that we have counted how many times each distinct element has appeared. This is my hope. This is our hope. Okay. So let us see at this point that have we been able to achieve this. We will print this count dictionary. Okay. Yeah. So these two lines I will find these two lines. They don't. So let's see. I think they should work. I will hit on the run button. So you can see, okay, 13 has appeared 4 times, 12 has appeared 2 times, 11 has appeared 2 times, 14 has appeared 4 times, 7 has appeared. So this looks good. So we have been able to generate this dictionary. All right.
Now if we reverse keys and values, our problem is solved.
Yes. So so far we will go to how we'll go to the next step. But before that, any questions, anybody? Okay. So now we have to be able to extract that, okay, 13 and 14 are the most frequent. Okay. And remaining things 7, 11, and 12 are the least frequent. So these two lists have to be constructed. Okay. So at the end of our processing, this list, main frequency list, should look like 7, 11, 12, and this max frequency list should look like 13, 14. Okay. So now what shall we do? So first we should identify that what is the least frequent frequency. So the plan is identify this least frequency, not the numbers having least frequency. Identify the least frequency and the most frequency, or I'll say the largest frequency. Okay. Identify the smallest and largest frequency. So what is the smallest frequency?
2.
2.
And the largest frequency is 4. How shall we identify? Let us, I will go even slowly. So I will say that the minimum frequency, I will generate a variable. So what should I write to identify the minimum frequency?
First, we will initialize minimum frequency to first counter. Then we will compare and we will store in that minimum frequency.
Yeah, so you can do that. So you can scan the, yeah.
Same maximum frequency process, and then we will print that minimum frequency and we will compare that minimum frequency equal to count how many are equal. Then we will append in minimum frequency list that key
Yes.
values.
All right. So the frequencies are the values. The frequencies are not the keys. So I have to process the values. So count dot values contains the frequencies, and there is a direct function in Python to find the minimum. So if I write this, the minimum of the count values will be stored in this min frequency. So this is to write in one line what is the minimum of a given list. Okay.
Sir, this we have seen in a list, sir.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know that this will work in a dictionary too. So that I
No,
didn't
this is
say, sir.
not working on dictionary. So okay, forget it. So let us first print what is the count of values. So count values contains the frequencies. Okay, let's print this. I'm going to hit run. So dictionary values are 42242. So this is the list. So on that list, I want to identify what is the smallest value. So
Okay,
therefore,
sir.
this
Okay,
line
okay.
is fine. So I am performing the mean operation on a list, and the list is this 42242. So I will be able to extract 2 as the minimum element in this list. All right.
Sir, but you have initialized the count as a dictionary, no, sir. So
Count is a dictionary, but count dot values is a list. Count dot keys is also a list.
okay, sir. Okay, okay, sir.
Let's do it once again. So I am going to, let us say, the keys I want to print. Suppose I want to print the keys. The keys are 13, 12, 11, 14, and 7. This is the list.
So if we print individually the keys and the values individually, it will come as a list.
Correct, correct.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. So how shall I find the maximum frequency?
Same with the max syntax.
Yes. So now I have identified that the minimum frequency is 2 and the maximum frequency is 4. Okay. So now I will somehow process this dictionary, and whenever I see a value 2, I will append to my mean frequency list the corresponding key. So I
Using
should be,
loops.
yes, exactly. So now I'm going to use a loop, and whenever I say the minimum frequency, I will start constructing this list, minimum frequency list. And whenever I see the maximum frequency, I will construct the maximum frequency list. Okay. Let's do that. So for key comma value k and v in this uh, count. So this is a dictionary. So what we will do is we will use something called items. Or before that, let me do one thing. I will show you what does count.items contain. So let me print it. So I'm going to print something called count.items. So this is an inbuilt function for dictionaries, and let's see what it contains. So it is containing, so yeah, it is slightly going outside. Let me, yeah, so it's containing so count.items is the list of tuples. So we've seen tuples. So this is tuple 1, so 13 comma 4. This tuple 2, 12 comma 2. So basically, when you say dictionary.items, you get a list of tuples like this. And on this, we will iterate. Okay. So we will check that if the value is equal to the mean frequency. If it is equal to the mean frequency, then we have to update this thing, minimum frequency list.
We have to update k to the min frequency list. Am I correct, sir?
Yes. You have to append. We have to append to this minimum frequency list the key, because the key is the distinct value which has appeared 7 times the minimum number of the mean frequency times. So it is double equal comparison. If v is equal to minimum frequency, then in the mean frequency list that we are constructing, we will append this key. All right. So you try to think about it, what we have done. I'll give you some time. Similar thing we are going to do to identify the largest frequencies. So what should I write now in line number 19?
Max frequency list dot append k.
Yes. Okay. So that means we have processed this dictionary which we constructed, and whenever we have seen the smallest frequency, we have recorded that corresponding to what key that smallest frequency appears, and this has been stored in these two lists, mean frequency list and max frequency list. So I think at this point we are ready to return. So what do we want to return? So we want to return these two lists. What is the mean frequency list and the max frequency list? Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, you printed in the output section dictionary of items, the keys in the dictionary of items, not on the ascending order. So it will be a problem or not?
Yeah, we'll see. So it's a point. So what she's saying is that as per the question, the lists that we will output should be in ascending order. So are we going to get in ascending order or not? So that is a valid question. So let us see. So what? So that is the concern, that whether it is sorted or not. But otherwise, you understand that we are going to get the list of values that have the minimum frequency and the list of values that have the maximum frequency. That part is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we should expect, what was the expectation? I removed it. So we should expect this output. So our expectation is that we should be able to get this output. Okay, let us see. We will hit the run button. So 12, 11, 7, 13, 14. So there's a problem. What she is saying that 7, 11, 12 we should get, but we have got 12, 11, 7 and 13, 14. So there is one issue which needs to be fixed. So how shall we fix it? We have to sort. Yeah. So what is the keyword? There is a simple way to sort. Yeah, so let's not print everything else. These things are up for our understanding. I will run again. So you have got what we are expecting, right? We will try with some more examples. So for example, there are some test cases. Yeah, so this is a large thing. So here is a test case. Oops, it's a lot of numbers. Fine. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, so many numbers. Fine. So ideally we should get these two numbers in the minimum frequency and 5325 in the maximum frequency. Okay. So let's hit the run button. So 5325 minimum, 17322 and 271898 is minimum. Okay, 17322, 271898 minimum, 5325 maximum. So this is correct. So I'll let you look at the code. So Venkat had some suggestion, whether Venkat was suggesting this thing or something else. Venkat, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So did you have something else in mind?
No, sir. Same idea.
Okay, fine. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can let me know. Otherwise, we'll move to the next question. So actually it is 6:56 now. We can take a break, but I will show you the next question. Okay, so this is the next question.
Sir, can you show the solutions once again? Can you go back? Once again, sir, I'll just take a screenshot.
I will share this with you. I mean, there is
Okay, sir.
a, for example, if you go to the course web page and go to this problem solving session. Okay, no, this is not this one. I mean, so yeah, so there is a problem solving session for July 2025. There you
Yes,
should
sir.
click on this like this, and then you will get to see this. And there I update all the programs that we write.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, fine.
Okay, so I will let you read the question for 10 minutes. So we are going to take a break now. So we are going to be back at what time shall we be back? Maybe 7:05.
Okay, sir.
Can you hear me?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I hope you had a chance to read the question. So let's discuss the question. So I'm going to take, okay, so this is Python 2025. Okay, 25, week 4. Maybe week 4 should come first. This is week 4 Python 2025. And I'm going to take a new file. So let's call it week 4 question 2. Okay. So what is the question? So suppose I want to go from Bengaluru. Okay, right, full. I want to go from Bengaluru to Guwahati. Okay. Maybe there is a direct flight from Bengaluru to Guwahati, but also I know that there is a possibility that I can go from Bengaluru to Kolkata via one flight and then change my flight and then go from Kolkata to Guwahati. So if I do that, so such a thing, we call it a one hop flight. Okay. Or rather, we'll call it a one hop flight for the source Bengaluru to the destination Guwahati. Okay. So the question says that you are given the information about uh, flights operating between some cities. So I comma j means there is a direct flight from source city I to destination city j. And for example, if your input is this, that there is a flight from city 2 to city 3, and there is a flight from city 1 to city 2. So you want to identify those pairs which are one hop flights. For example, 1 to 3, there is a one hop flight. What does it mean? It means that it is possible to go from 1 to 3 via some other city. In this case, you go from 1 to 2 and then from 2 to 3. So one can go from 1 to 3 via some other city. So we should be able to identify such hop flights. Okay. Is the question clear?
Sir, it is similar to the subset and intersection concepts in Max. I think so. We need to scan the dictionaries keys first, and
Okay.
uh, we have to know the values of that particular key. So
Right. So how shall we proceed? So we have to bring in the dictionary somehow. We are focusing on dictionary today. Okay. So let us take this sample input. So this is sample input. Okay. So I'm going to call it my list as usual. And what I have to write is a function called one hop. Okay. So this function takes this list. So I'm going to call that function with this list. And if we want to see what it has returned, we should be able to print it. So ideally it should return what it should return, this list. It should return this list. Okay. So what does this list say? It is saying that it is possible to go from 1 to 2 via some other city. It's possible to go from 1 to 3 via some other city, and so on. So we have to construct this list. Okay. So how shall we construct this list?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, exam is for 8 weeks or 4 weeks, sir. Python data structure.
Please come again.
Sir, first we have came course content only 4 weeks, no, sir.
No, this is 8 weeks course.
8 week course. When I
Yes.
am doing payment, I saw only 4 weeks. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, as far as I know, it is a 8 weeks course. Anybody thinks it's a 4 weeks course other than Akhil?
Sir, it is 8 week.
No, sir, 8 week
Eight
course.
week.
8 week course.
Okay, so I think you must have some confusion, misunderstanding. It is 8 weeks.
Okay, sir.
So any strategies? So the first step for me is to construct a dictionary. And what I should store in this dictionary is the information about the direct flights. Okay. So of course we know that it's there in a list format. We know that what are the direct flights. So we know that there is a direct flight from 2 to 3, 1 to 2, and so on. But we would rather, for our convenience, construct a dictionary and store the same information. So that's the first step. This is step 1. And then I have step 2. So in the step 2, I identify the pairs, or rather I would say source destination pairs, which are one hop flights. When I say one hop flights, you understand that it is possible to go from source to destination via another de destination, another city. Okay, so these two steps will solve the problem. That is the overall plan. Okay. So first, let us construct this dictionary. So we know that we have this list L. So for I comma j in this list L, we will construct this dictionary. So first, I'm going to check that if this city has already been seen. So if I is okay, first of all, I have to define the name of the. So I am going to call it the direct dictionary. So this is to store the information about direct flights. Okay. So if I is already seen, so if it is in the keys list, so with direct dot keys, I am able to access the keys. So right now direct is empty. Let me make it slightly bigger. Oh, it's too much big. Okay. So right now, to start with, direct is an empty dictionary. So I'm checking that whether I have already identified a flight originating at I. So if I is already in the direct.keys, then I will just append to so all the cities that are reachable from I will form a list. So the dictionary is like, for every city there is a key, and the cities that are directly connected to that city, they form a list, and that is the values corresponding to the key. So I'm going to write direct I dot append j. So here what we have done, so we added city j to the list of city I. That means the city j is reachable from the city I via direct flight. Okay. So let me do one thing here. I will simultaneously do what I'll construct this direct dictionary. So direct, what it would look like. So it would be like so 2 has this list now. Okay, so the city 3 is directly reachable from city 2. So when I processed this, then I get this in the dictionary. And if otherwise means what? That the I is being seen for the first time, then what I have to do? Then I will just say that direct of I is equal to j. Okay. So this is the situation when city I is being processed for the first time.
So that in the 9th line of the code, J will become the key of the dictionary. Am I correct, sir?
No, j is the value, I is the key.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So I is not there in the keys now. So when I process this list, the first element of the list is 2 comma 3.
Yes, sir.
So we check whether 2 comma 3
Is,
so 2 comma 3 is there. So first we check whether 2 is in the keys list of the dictionary, which is not there because the dictionary is empty to start with. So it
yes,
directly
sir.
goes to line 8 and says that okay, so you update this dictionary. So for the key I, that is for the key 2, you set
3 is gonna set in the 3, sir.
yes, but it will be in the form of list. I'm not saying that direct I is equal to j. I'm not saying this. I'm saying that it is a
List
list.
is okay, sir. Okay, so that we can append.
Yes, so we want to identify that what are the cities that are reachable from 2
Okay, sir. Okay,
directly.
sir.
Okay. Okay, so at this point we have done the first part. The step 1 is done.
Sir, I need some suggestions, sir. How are we gonna calculate or analyze the question and process it quickly like you? Uh, it is first time for us to analyze, sir. So,
No, I am I'm not doing it quickly. I have done my homework. So I have spent considerable amount of time already. That's why I'm able to do it quickly. It is a matter of practice only, I
do
think.
we need to practice the same type of questions or in
Yes,
general Python or?
you should practice the same kind of questions.
Okay, sir.
For example, if you search that Python dictionary sample questions, then you will get some questions. So you will be more comfortable with using dictionaries in Python.
Sir, should we write programs in exams, sir?
What should we write programs in?
Exam like this, we should write compared program.
I don't know about what will be there in the exams. I have no clue about the exams, unfortunately.
Sir, you told to check with NPTEL, right? Whom we have
Yes,
checked? Is there any email ID for that?
I have no clue. I am assuming that you already know some email ID because you have registered in the course.
But I don't have any specific email ID for that. Only in the discussion forum I knew. If anybody
Okay.
else knows, they can also let me know.
Anybody knows what is the email ID to contact?
No, sir.
No, sir, I still don't know how to contact the forum for my. They wrongly corrected my questions in the automated form last time.
So do one
Because
thing. Do one thing. I will write an email to my contact person in NPTEL, and whoever wants to contact NPTEL, you write down your email ID on this chat. Okay. So I will pass on this information to NPTEL that these set of people want to contact you, so that they are able to contact you. I can do that part. All right.
okay, sir.
So we are running. Okay, so it's running the previous question only. We want to run this one. How will I specify to run this one? Oops. Uh, Maybe I should call it main. No. Mm, I am going to remove this previous program for now because I'm not able to compile this. I will find out how to compile this. I mean, when multiple files are open. So at this point, we want to check that what are the direct flights. So I have constructed a dictionary. So step one is done. So I'm going to hit the run button. There is a problem. Tail is not defined in line number 17. Oh, I want to send my list. Okay, so what we have done, the first printing is, yeah, so why am I returning anything? This is what I want to return, but for now don't return anything. Yeah, so you can see that we have found this dictionary. So from from source to there are two direct flights to destination 3 and 4. Is that true? Yeah, 2, 3 is there, 2, 4 is also there. Similarly, from 1, 1 can go to 2 and 3. So 1, 2 is there and 1, 3 is also there. And from 3, 1 can go to 1 and 2. So 3, 1 is there and 3, 2 is also there. From 4, 1 can go to 1. So yeah, you understand. So the dictionary contains the information about the direct flights. Okay. So now it will help us to identify the one hop source destination pairs. So now you have to spend some time thinking about how we will implement the step 2. Yes,
Sir, we now have the keys of the dictionaries now, sir. So we can use that in the loop to find if it is in the values of each dictionary in a second loop, nested loop.
Yeah, please come again.
Sir, we now have the keys for this dictionary, so we can use that in a loop to check if it is present in that values of the dictionary by using a nested loop.
Yes. we have to use a nested loop. So I will write down what is the idea. So for every how I should put it. So for every direct flight, so what? How do I? So let us say S comma D is a direct flight. For every direct flight, S comma D, check if there is a direct flight D comma E. So from source to S to D, if there is a direct flight and you check that there is a direct flight from D to E, then what you will know that it is possible to go from S to E via D. Therefore, S comma E is a one hop flight. So this is what we are going to do. That is the whole plan. All right. So first, I'm going to make a list. So we want to return a list. So this is a list that we want to return. So let us create an empty list. So this should this is what we will return. So this is the list of hopping on hop flights. Okay, so it's initially empty. So I'm going to check that for any source in the in the direct dictionary, in the keys we have the sources. So for every source city, okay, so let me write it. So for each source city, if we want to check that look at its destination. So we need another loop to check. So for every destination in uh, so direct SRC. So what does it mean? So it means so for each destination city, uh, for which there is a direct flight from source. So rather I would say that for each destination reachable directly from SRC. What are we going to check? That whether from that destination there is another flight. Whether from that destination another city is reachable. Okay, so basically I am going to write an if condition. So the if condition should ideally check that whether if destination itself has outgoing flights. This is what I want to check. So what should I write here? So if destination has an outgoing flight, then it must appear as a key in our direct dictionary. So the way we have performed the step 1, we have constructed a dictionary that contains the information, constructed dictionary of the information about the direct flight. So we know that if from dest there is a direct flight to some other city, then that test will appear in the list of keys in the direct dictionary. So if dest appears, I'm going to say if dest in direct dot keys That means that from dest there is another outgoing flight, isn't it? Then I will say that okay, that means from source one can go to that city via the dest uh, city. So, but there is so let me call it something. So the third city. So from source you're going to dest. From dest you're going to the third city. So let me call it third. So I'm going to say for third city, for third city in, but the third city is the destination value. So I'm going to say if the third city is in the list of the direct of dest. So direct of dest contains all those cities that are directly reachable from dest. I am going to check that whether it is source only. So if it is not source, then I will update my hop. So this is checking, this is ensuring that we do not uh, loop back to SRC. Okay. And this for loop is over all cities directly reachable from dest. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. What has happened? So for some reason the page has refreshed. That's a bit annoying.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm using this platform for the first time. I don't know. I should have saved it. I don't know how to save it, but I think it has not saved for some reason.
Sir, you can use idle Python application if you have that.
Idle
No.
Python.
How to get back to current state? Mm, he can use anything, but now he has lost some data, right? Some program lines. How to get back? So press Control Z. Let us check.
Let me first copy this thing so that I don't lose this part also.
At least put it in some notepad or something, sir.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not getting the programs ready-made. I'm not writing the programs ready-made. Yeah, so maybe I have to. This is problematic. Okay, fine. So what I said,
Sir,
I'll write it again. Yeah, go ahead.
back button or something, if you can press once again. No, you're not able to get.
Back, back is bringing me there.
Mhm. No, sir.
So it will take 2 minutes. I'll just write down it once again. So I'm going to take this array. So this you already know. I will not write the comments maybe. So this is the return to be returned, the list. Okay, and I am going to check that for each source in direct dot keys. I am going to check whether there is a destination for each destination in direct SRC. I'm going to check if there is an outgoing flight from destination. So I'm going to check if destination is in the direct of SRC.
Sir, I
No.
have got one small update idea. Can I
Yeah,
tell?
go ahead.
You can certainly write source and destination in one single loop, sir. SRC, comma dest in direct dot items. If you can do, I think you can get.
No, so I want to identify those cities which are reachable from destination. So
Correct,
it's
sir. Sir, instead of taking two for loops, you can have it in one for loop itself. For example, sir, let it be this code. Just write down next set of code, sir. Copy the same thing. That line. Just copy that line. Only that line, sir.
okay.
Put it outside, sir. SRC, comma dest items dot direct dot keys. Sorry, items. I think it will get both destination as well as source. Now, same if statement. If a statement we can put directly. If
Okay.
dust in, yeah. So direct dot items will fetch both the key as well as values. Now I think I can put dest.
So if destination itself has outgoing flights, then I want to update the third city. So I want to keep information about the third city which is reachable from destination. So I'm going to say for third city in direct destination. So flights from destination. So I'm going to check that if I'm looping back to SRC. So if that is not the case, if SRC is not the third city, then I'm going to update the hopping list. So I'm going to say hopping dot append, and here I'm going to say SRC comma third city. So there is a, so this means that the SRC is to third city is reachable via this dest. Okay, so that is how, anyway, so this two I will, let us say, comment for now. Okay, and yeah, lastly we want to return hopping. Yeah, so let me check if everything is all right. Maybe I will print it once and check. Print hopping. Okay, I will copy this so that it is not lost again. No. Fine. Okay, print. Oh, we are printing outside also. So this print is not necessary. We're printing in line number 25 only. This looks okay to me. Fine. Okay, let's hit run. If there is some issue, we'll check. Line number 14. Unhashable type least. Uh, what did you do? If src comma, if destination in the direct dot keys. Yeah. So direct dot keys contains these cities, but it is saying that, oh, line number 25 is the issue. Print line number 25. It's going to line number 14. Oops.
Same way it happened.
It's back.
Back, but luckily I copied.
Yeah. No, not mine's with two fingers. So back and forth it
Ah,
is happening. So it's slightly uncomfortable. Anyway, so you're back. What is the issue in line number 14 in one hop? If destination in direct.keys, this is an unhashable type. The keys are okay. The keys are not lists, right?
no,
The keys
list.
are numbers. The keys are numbers, and the values are lists. So if you look at uh, direct, it has numbers as keys and lists as I think I had written it somewhere. Yeah. So yeah, from two you can reach three as well as four. There is some issue here. Let me try to fix it. No, the keys is going to give a list only. Then what is the issue?
Mm,
Let me print this thing. Uh, let's print SRC. Let's do it this way. Maybe.
SRC comma dest.
Yeah. So this is the dictionary. So
Correct.
firstly we got 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, and then it went here, and then direct dot keys was 2 1 3 4. So I want to say that if one of these things is in the keys, oh, that is the reason I was doing it. So for every test I want to do it. That is the reason it has failed.
Okay.
I have to do it for every test. Otherwise, I'm iterating on a list.
So that has to be keys. Yeah.
Yeah. Now for every destination, I want to check if destination is in direct.keys. Then I will do this. Yeah. Let's do check now. Yeah, this is working. So you're checking. Let's not print it anymore. This was for the purpose of debugging. So we have found that these. Okay, so what we can see, I would like to focus. I'd like to draw your attention to this. So we can see that 2 comma 1 there is a hopping flight. So we can reach 1 from 2 via some other city. But 2 comma 1 is printed two times. Similarly, some duplicates are there. I can see. So we have to remove the duplicates.
1 comma 2.
So why are the duplicates? Is that because maybe so the way we have done the solution is there are two steps. In the first step, we identify that from each city, what are the direct flights. In the next step, we identify that for each source destination pair, so whether from that destination other cities are reachable. So it can happen that you are going from 1 to 2 and then 2 to 4. So then you were saying 1 comma 4 is a hopping. So it can also happen that you are going from 1 to 3 and then 3 to 4. So you're again saying 1 to 4 is a hopping. So that is why duplicates are coming. Okay. So let us see what is the expected solution. Okay, so we know this is the expected solution. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, and 3, 4. So we have got everything correct, except that there are some duplicates. So we will fix it.
And also sorting to be done.
Sorting also has to be done. So what is his name? Surya was talking about some other platform. What platform you were talking about?
Idle.
Okay. Fine, I'll check it. But before that, we have to remove the duplicates. So if you have a list, in that list, how to remove duplicates? So this is the list of tuples. So removing, so this is a list of tuples. So removing duplicates from a list of tuples, there is a function which I will write. But somebody has pointed out that we should be also sort it. So I'll do the sorting first. So if you return sorted, then it is immediately sorted. So we can see that 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So only thing that is left is to remove the duplicates. So that I will
Unique.
do now. Okay, go ahead.
Unique is the key, I think. No. Unique is a function.
Unique.
I saw
Let me
somewhere
check. Let me check.
list of functions. ID unique.
How to remove duplicates from a list in Python. Oh yeah, there is something called set. You can convert the list to a set. There are many different ways.
Set makes the elements unique and removes the duplicate, I think so.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Set is always having unique elements.
Okay, so let's do
It
this.
will
So
not
I am
allow
going to.
duplicates. Yeah.
So let's make it set.
Of the list.
Okay.
And
And
back
then
to list.
so let's run this first. This is taking care of it, but it is showing in curly braces. So it is not a list. The expectation is to make it a list. So we make it list again. Yeah, now it is showing square braces. So now let's verify it. So our expectation is this output. I'm going to write it in the next line. This is the expectation. And this is what we have got. So 1, 2, 2, 1. Wait. The sorted order is disturbed.
Correct. Sorted is not required, I believe, sir. 1, 3 is at the end. Or else you convert after sorted, you can do it after you converting from list.
Yes. Right. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, and 4, 3. So now we are
Correct.
in good shape. Okay. So this is this program. Yeah. So after some hiccups, we are done. Fine. So we have 10 minutes. So we can decide what we want to do with this 10 minutes.
Sir, I have solved the first question in a different way. Can I show
Okay.
it?
How will you show it? Yeah, just explain.
Sir, very simple. As you did, first I have calculated the frequency of each, number.
Okay.
Then I reversed the values part and keys part. I reversed, and
Okay.
I got the minimum. I got the maximum frequency, and I'm displaying. So
Yeah. Can
can I
you
put it?
copy
Can
in
I?
the yes, yes. Just copy the code and paste it in the chat box.
Uh, one second, it's coming.
Okay.
So,
Please
the
run
first
this.
part is finding the frequency. Second part, after new dictionary, the second part is you're reversing it. Reversing that keys and values, you are reversing it. And if there are multiple values, it converts into a list. And the same. So finding the minimum frequency, maximum frequency, I'm finally returning minimum frequency, new dictionary of minimum frequency, and maximum frequency, comma, new dictionary of maximum frequency. I'm just returning. And this is my list and calling the function as it is same. Mm. Yes, sir. You can print the count.
Yes, so I think this previous program is getting compiled. I will find out how. So I will delete it for now and I will run it once again. So you have 13 4 times, 12 2 times, 11 5 times, 14 4 times, all right, fine. And then what is
Reversing.
printed? So there is a new dict
New
and
dict. Before returning, you just printing new dict. Second line is showing printing new dicts or output second line. So it is reversing. Actually, it is grouping. This just I just wanted to check with a more frequency, less frequency. That's why I made it 11 to appear 5 times.
okay,
So
okay, fine. Right. So now you have a dictionary where the keys are the frequencies,
correct, sir.
and this is exactly what you were suggesting initially.
Correct, sir. Correct.
Okay.
So I just don't want to give my idea. So I tried
Mm-hmm.
during that break time, 10 minutes. I got the output.
Mm-hmm. It's very nice. It's very good. In very short time, you have been able to implement your idea. That's very nice.
Uh,
So what did you do to make the new dict? So you have taken
so
the
key
value in the
values I
new
have
dict.
taken. New
Open.
dict of value is nothing but you are appending the key. If it is available already, then you are appending. If it is not available, you are creating a new
Okay.
list. That is the count.
Okay. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. So you have bypassed that issue which we had faced.
Correct, sir. Correct.
Mm.
And this is how. Of course, this is an alternate solution. What you gave.
Mhm. Yeah, this is also clean.
Because the first part is my problem and your problem, we have solved in the same way.
Mm.
Second part, there is slight difference. Second portion after but it is taking new dictionary.
Yeah, so you need not. So as per the question, you have to just print the two lists corresponding to the maximum frequency and minimum frequency. So this much
Uh-huh.
is sufficient,
Correct. So
and they have to be sorted also. Oops, did I make a
no.
mistake? Oh,
I
this
had
is
you have to
okay.
remove that curly braces, open braces. Yeah.
Yes. So what is the thing is okay, this needs to be sorted. So yeah, we can do these things. Yeah, it has to be sorted. Both these things have to be sorted.
No,
Otherwise,
sir,
it's
not
not.
required, sir. Oh, sorted. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, yeah. So if somebody wants to implement it on their own, this is also I would say a beautiful, quick way of solving the question. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm. Got, sir. And if you change the frequency of 11, I think probably if you reduce 11, if you remove 111, I think more for.
I'll take the sample input.
Yes, sir, correct.
We should expect 7,
Entire
11, 12,
statement
and
itself we can take, sir. Entire statement, frequency of entire statement.
okay.
And
Where
paste
are
it here.
we?
Inside the print, you can put it. No. Sorry, it's not there.
Now it is fine.
Correct. Yes, sir.
7, 11, 12, 13 is fine. As expected.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Same. It is
Very
coming.
nice. That's very nice. Okay, so we will meet again next week on Monday. If there is anything, any change of plans, I will let you know. And I will contact NPTEL that many of the students are trying to contact you and you're not reachable. So I hope that they will respond to you.
So is that we are meeting every Monday, sir, for solving like this?
Yes, Monday 6 to 8 is our meeting time.
Okay. Because I joined the course late. I skipped first two this one assignments. Third and
Okay.
fourth I got I submitted. But according to this, I think best of six will be taken, no, sir? Assignments.
Again, I do not know about evaluations. I'm only concerned about problem solving.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes. So evaluation is happening independent of me.
Mm. Fine, sir. Fine. Thank you.
Okay. So if there is anybody who has attended the other TA sessions, means yesterday or day before yesterday,
Mm.
so I am conducting sessions on Mondays 6 to 8, but there are two other TAs. They have different sessions, but the content is supposed to be the same. They are supposed to discuss the same questions.
Yeah, one is on Friday and one is on Saturday.
Yes. So if you are not able to attend the session on Monday, you can also consider attending one of these sessions on Saturday and Friday.
The Monday is better, sir.
Yes. For others, I mean, whoever is. I don't like to work on a weekend, so yes, Monday is better.
Yes, even with me also. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So if there is anything else, I am available. Couple of minutes.
Sir, in the 10th line, this count
Salam
dot
alaikum.
items, uh, can you explain the
So
dot items I'm not getting?
so when you have a dictionary, let us say count is a dictionary, so you can get the key value pairs by calling the items function on the dictionary. So I am going to print it. So let us see what it returns. So it gives you a list, and in this list you have the key value pairs as tuples.
Okay.
That is the use of count.items. Similarly, you have count.keys, which gives you the keys in a list form.
So count items means values. You mean values?
No, values are separate. For values, you have to use count dot values or dictionary dot values. So you see the values 4, 2, 2, 7, 4, 2
So
are
items
printed.
means keys plus values.
Yes, yes, yes. Items means a list of tuples, and each tuple is a key value pair.
Okay, got it.
All right.
So can I ask out of the box question?
Yes, yes.
What is the purpose of GitHub platform?
So it's a version management system. So suppose uh, you're writing a program. In fact, you have a large project and it requires weeks and months of effort. So you are building the program from the scratch. So what you have done this week may get completely modified next week, but you want to keep the version that you have done today. So you can maintain these versions. So there's something called commit. So you can commit to the current version and it changes to the next version, but you also have access to the previous version. So this way you don't lose track of your history of making progress, and other people can collaborate with you. So multiple people can commit to the same project.
Thank you, sir.
How about others? Anybody has any comments to make about GitHub or anything? They're free to unmute and contribute.
Sir, what is GitHub?
Oh, it's a website, for example. So are you able to see GitHub now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as it says, build and ship software on a single collaborative platform. So you have to sign up and make an account, and after that you can keep your projects here, multiple projects, software projects, and it is collaborative. Many people can work on the same project, and what I said, that when you develop software over months, so many different versions are created. So what you have today may be completely different from what you had 2 months before. So but you don't want to lose track of what you had 2 months before. So therefore, it helps you manage your versions. So you can uh, get back to a version which used to be, I mean, some older version. So all these things are integrated here. Uh, so you can go to the website and find out more about it.
It's for only personal use or for commercial also? It's
Yes, yes. Enterprise use is also there. All companies mostly subscribe to the enterprise versions.
okay. It's for personal. It's free, right?
Yes, yes.
Any easy method to add large files, sir?
To add,
A large file which contains more photos of project,
yes, yes. In GitHub, you're talking about GitHub.
sir.
Yeah, I mean, just a second. Let me share, stop sharing and see if I can sign in. So you're able to see the screen?
No.
No, no,
Now,
Yeah, now we can see.
Yes.
For example, so I just logged into my account. So there are many projects. For example, here is some uh, uh, popular projects are shown. For example, this is
I'm
PyTorch
asking,
project.
is there easier method to add a large file?
There is no, you have to follow the protocol as per the GitHub guidelines. Whatever you want to
Oh,
add, you have to do it from the mostly. You can add like this also, upload files from here, but mostly people do it from the command line.
no, sorry, I am to upload folders.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you're asking. Yeah, I know how to add files like this.
Means I have folder in that Python datasets images are there. My
Mhm,
project was on potato leaf disease. Leaf images are there. Many images.
mhm.
Nearly 1,500 images are there.
Yeah, this has to be done in batches. So you have to use some command line protocol. You have to write a small script, and that's how you can commit. You
Okay.
have to, yeah. Okay, so I think we have come to the end of this session. So thank you so much for joining. I'll see you next week, Monday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.